Today I want to talk about reading the Bible for the first time. Now, I've recently started believing in God and reading the Bible. I kept falling asleep, it was already boring, and I didn't pick it up for ages. And then later on I picked it up again and I thought, no, I'm doing something wrong here. So I contacted the Christian Student Union on the campus that I study at. I said, look, I'm completely new to this Christian thing, but I'm trying to read the Bible and I keep falling asleep. What am I doing wrong? So I met up with someone from the Student Union and I asked him, what am I doing wrong? Where am I meant to read? And he said to me, you need to read the New Testament. And this is where I was going wrong. The Old Testament, even though it has some important stories, the most relevant one today is the New Testament. And in the New Testament, you want to read first the first 4 books in the New Testament, which is written by Luke, Mark and Matthew. You want to read these first. These talk about the life of Jesus and things that he said, and it's from each of the perspective of those 4 disciples. And then the rest of the book, which I didn't know at the start, is letters written by an apostle called Paul, who was originally set out to completely destroy the Christian faith and to remove all Christians, and then he met a vision of Jesus and was completely reformed, completely believed in the word of Jesus, and he then set about spreading the word, and he wrote letters to different churches in different countries, spreading the good news, and which is what Bible stands for, good news, and telling about the teachings of Jesus and how you're meant to live a good life and blah blah blah. So they're just letters to different churches. So it is all just a guide to life, and it is a great guide to life. It's such a good guide. But there's loads of motivational speakers like Dale Carnegie, Les Brown, like loads of them who talk about the Bible being a great guide to life, and it is. It can help you understand things better, understand people better, your relationships, why difficult things happen in your life. And it kind of helps, and if you actually read it, it does help you to understand why the big question, which is why do children suffer, if there is a God. And it helps to answer that. And you understand it. I mean, I understand it, and it takes more than just the Bible to come to understand why that is. And I think it takes a bit of common sense that obviously it's not God's will for those things to happen. It's how perverted the world has become, has led to illnesses and ill people, and a difficult world to live in. I mean, I think it's just, we all know that evil people rule the world, and that's the way it is. We're here to live out our own free will without his shining the sky saying I am God. What would be the point? If you could do that, then you would, but that's not why we're here. We're here to make our own decisions, to decide what we want. Do we want to live an evil life or do we want to live a good life? Complete freedom. You've been given a life to choose what you want to do with it. So and some people, when they came down, might have only needed 4 years, 2 years, 1 year to get what they needed on their time on earth. I don't want to get too frilly-dilly with it. Just, you're going to read the Bible for the first time, you're going to read the New Testament, which is around about further than halfway, 3/4 of the way in the New Testament. You want to read the first 4 books about Jesus. There's the most important lessons that are in there. And when you read his words, you kind of realise that actually this guy could have existed, and if he did, he was a very nice guy, and he had some really interesting teachings. And you want to stretch. And then you want to read the letters of Paul, and there's some other ones in there. Some of them are debatable whether they're Paul or not, but you read them. And you'll get loads of life lessons and advice on how to live and things like that. So go and do it.